One of the more interesting tidbits from this week in high school football in the South Plains was Danny Campos from Muleshoe and Monterey's Baylor Mitchell both being named Built for Tough Player of the Week in their respective classes. This is a really awesome award in that I think it highlights literally the most impressive performance in each classification every week and taps as well, throughout Texas. We have had a couple of winners in the region dating back to last year. We had, Nathan Childers from Crosbyton and Colton Ehlers from Cooper. And the other Plainsman to win it recently was Vincent Johnson. This is the first time since I've been here that we've had two winners in 1 week. It's exceptionally impressive. Campos, of course, threw 7 touchdowns against Dimmitt to win that award. And Baylor Mitchell ran for 3 scores and threw for 3 and ran for 2, and he's just been consistently doing this. I can't quite say carrying the Plainsmen entirely because his defense, has allowed the team to remain competent, but offensively he has been the premier piece for them, I feel, and if there is a development, around him at all, Monterey could conceivably make some serious noise in 2-6A. And speaking of that district, there is another bit of interesting news that we got today after the LISD coaches media luncheon, and that was that Emery Giddens from Coronado is going to continue to see time on defensive line. Now, he is an offensive lineman that was named to our preseason super team this year. Even last year, he was a super team, first team selection in basketball for Lone Star Varsity, and he was super impressive. And this is something for the Tech fans to watch because he is a verbal commit. When he did verbally commit last year in the springtime, he was playing exclusively, as an OL after his junior year. Now, not only has he played defensive line, but he's also taken snaps in the red zone on several occasions and has rushed for a score. So that's a little tidbit right there, I think, about Emery Giddens that you'll find interesting. Once again, I'm Phil Torino. Thanks very much for watching the Lone Star Varsity High School Coaches Show. This video, like all our others, it's brought to you by Happy State Bank. If you haven't had the chance to keep up with some of our other high school offerings, now would be a great time to check out the sit-down we had with Gary Gaines, the former Permian coach, the former LISD athletic director. We spent about 30-35 minutes just chatting about the state of West Texas football. I thought he was very engaging. He spoke about his first job when he was actually coaching nearby in Petersburg. It's now a 6-man school. It was 11-man then. I thought he had some great insight. Not necessarily in depth about the book from his perspective, and obviously the spinoff from film and the television show, which from the outside looking in has without question raised the profile of the sport in this region and in the state, and sort of brought it out nationally a bit. But I think there's some stuff in there about whether or not large classification teams can be successful. I think you'll really like that moving forward. Also, in terms of volleyball, we've been doing a great deal each week in picking a volleyball super team and doing our volleyball rankings. We've also been getting out to 3 matches each week. So if you're interested in volleyball, we've been really expanding our coverage of that. And all of it, of course, is on LoneStarVarsity.com. This past week in the Coaches Show, which we film each Tuesday, we had Idalou coach Jeff Lofton. We broke down some really compelling film about the comeback win that the Wildcats had over Shallow Water last week. That was by far the most, I think, riveting result in the area last week. If you go back and review that, you can see everything that led up. Shallow Water's possession leading up to its punt. That was actually a pretty deep punt. It was a gorgeous kick right in the corner that led to Idalou getting the ball back, getting sort of out of its red zone, and allowing Brant Schilling to go for an 87-yard touchdown run. So we'll also have our Lone Star Varsity Minute program this week, and you can definitely keep up with all the picks that we have. This is a bit of a light week because there are a lot of buys before the start of district play next week. But once again, we thank you very much for watching.